Wow, welcome to another day, Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. I must applaud you all who have found me live today because I realized I made a mistake and I put the wrong date in for today's video. Whoops, I just changed it. It is the 26th, not the 25th. Stuck in a time warp. So kudos to you. To those of you watching later, you may not have noticed anything going on. I'm in the midst, well, actually more toward the end of our annual Bhagavad Gita retreat. It's always a delight and amazing how quickly it flies by. And so many concepts came into my mind today. One is, why do we call things like this a retreat? Because that's what Arjun wants to do in the Bhagavad Gita, right? There's a conflict, retreat. But really what life is about, especially spiritual life, is there's a conflict. Hooray, let's go into it. And that's what Krishna is trying to show Arjun. It doesn't have to be an outer conflict. It's often the inner conflicts. And actually the outer conflicts are wonderful because they are reflecting what's going on inside. The person that's truly at peace inside brings that peace with them wherever they go. And those of us like me who have internal conflicts, we get to see that reflected. And what's nice is the different people in our lives represent the different characters we carry within, and we can really observe that interaction in a more tangible form. So to all of those joining me and providing that reflection, I am extremely grateful. All of you out there providing that reflection daily. And often we don't sing the praises enough of that behind the scenes work. For instance, the swag this year is from the behind the scene artist Jen Young. She provided these beautiful little books of individually made, handcrafted art on archival quality paper, no less, wrapped in seed paper. We're looking at chapter 13, the yoga of the distinction between the field, which represents nature, and the knower of the field, which represents the observer. And we go into that, but I love that she picked seed paper because she suggested writing an intention on it in pencil and planting it into the field, whatever that is for you, and watching it grow. We can do that every single day, plant an intention and watch it grow. So she did a lot of the behind the scenes work. Cathy is doing a lot of the behind the scenes work quietly. That quiet attitude of just getting it done, which will contrast perhaps with the person to whom I'm dedicating this today, although in my mind, not so different. José. And if you know who that is, you know I'm saying it many times. But one of the preeminent sports players, José Ramirez, whom I've had the pleasure of observing closely for years. I mean, like going to games closely, not being in his company, but that attitude of getting it done. Cleveland sports teams are not generally known for their excellence, and yet puts his head down and does the work, the conflict every day, the symbolic conflict of the games, and not running away from difficulty, but standing up. And one of the reasons I like to use common figures is because we look at the Gita and we think, oh, those are people from so long ago, from a different culture, and I can't relate. But we can look all around us. And one of the joys of like this retreat setting is we look around us and we can see this same heroism, this same, do I do it, do I not do it? Within people, that doubt, that then they overcome and just get it done. You're doing that in your life. Whenever you have a conflict, it could be something challenging, like backing into somebody in a parking lot and going, do I just leave because that'll be easier, or do I stand up to it and leave a note? Those of you who quietly do the right thing, often you're not acknowledged, or you feel you might be getting punished for doing the right thing, but you're not. You're setting an example. One of the things we're talking about in the retreat this weekend is, one of the great overarching themes, not just of the Gita, but of every work, is that we are not separate beings. We see each other as separate, but that's an illusion. How we are treating everyone around us is how we are ultimately treating ourselves. The admonition perhaps from Christianity, love thy neighbor as thyself, is present in so many other traditions because it's true. When you're doing something right, even if it seems difficult, you're treating yourself right. And for many of us, that is difficult, isn't it? To treat ourselves truly right, to hold ourselves as holy and sacred beings. And holy can be HOLY or WHOLLY, to be holy yourself. So when you do the behind the scenes work, when you're supporting others, maybe it's signing a petition you believe in, maybe it is, seeing somebody in need of help and quietly doing that help, even if you're not thanked for it. You're just putting your head down in the daily conflicts of life and getting it done, not realizing that you are on a higher arena. And what you do is being noticed by many, just perhaps not many that you feel are supporting your ego, maybe not the tangible, the intangible. And the most important intangible being that is benefiting is your true self. Oh, to you, to everyone behind the scenes, to those who put their head down and get it done, and to José, this practice is for all of us. All of us. We're quietly doing this practice every day. I have people here at the retreat, invited them to join. No, that's all right. We're just putting our heads down. We're getting it done. We're seeing the results around us, correct? Let's practice. Switch. As we do our contemplative practice, I invite you to contemplate both those you have known in your life that have just gotten it done, and or to yourself. We don't give ourselves enough credit often. You can think of yourself, a time when you just had to put your head down and face it, and you did. And you can keep building off of that throughout your life. Wow, 5 minutes already. I hope you did spend time contemplating the behind the scenes actions of yourself or others that are really making a difference in the world. Continue this today. Change that diaper. Put that toilet seat down. Apologize. All of these things that can seem like little conflicts, easy to avoid, add up, make a huge difference in your world. You make a difference in my world. It's a holiday tomorrow here in the States, and we'll continue this theme then. Until then.